Hey, I am Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. I want to tell you about my t-shirts. You can get your own at deaditesanddeck.com today. And if you don't want to take my word for it, here's a satisfied customer.
Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel, the cutest rockin' squirrel in the universe.
Hi, my name is Henley, and this is Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. If you want to rock and shred like this, go to deadicesondeck.com.
Hi, I am Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. Don't forget to watch Evil Dead Chick on Deadites on Deck on YouTube. Oh, and subscribe, man.
And above all, don't forget to watch Evil Dead Chicks Top 10.
Howdy, gang. I need to check something first. I bet I can't. Yeah. I forgot to restart this browser after I was using a program. So sorry if my face doesn't seem as good as it usually does. So I don't have any makeup on. It's 10:05 at night. So hopefully you guys and gals won't mind. Hey, Dakota, it's good to see you in here. I use a certain program, and when I use it with my browser, I have to restart my browser before I do certain things. And I forgot to do that because I was in a big hurry because I meant to do this at 8 o'clock, and then it got longer and longer because I had the big idea that I wanted to spice this one up a little bit and add some clips with music and text and all that stuff. So I hope you guys and gals enjoy it in any event. And I do apologize for being a couple hours late. And I know the poet, bless his heart, he loves watching these Evil Dead Chicks top 10s. And Unfortunately, I had to do this one so late that he'll probably have to watch it on the replay. But, you know, I appreciate people watching things on the replay even when they can't watch them live. So, what we're going to be talking about tonight is my top 10 spectacular kills in 80s slashers, and I've got movie clips to go along with it. Won't have the audio from the movie because YouTube frowns upon that, apparently. Some people can get away with it, some people can't. So I don't know what the secret is, but I want to play it safe. So I just dressed them up with text and added my own music to it, and just don't have any of the regular movie audio with these. All right. So again, for Evil Dead Chicks Top 10, these are not in any particular order from my favorite to, you know, on down the list. They're just randomly, I pick these scenes. If there are some scenes that you don't think are too spectacular, hey, tell me in the chat. Or if you can't be live on the stream, tell me, you know, put in a comment. Don't be nasty, but you can put in the comment, hey, Dana, I didn't think that one was too spectacular, but what about this? You know, kind of thing. So I'm not going to, you know, because I'm already late already, I'm not going to do a bunch of housekeeping stuff. We're just going to get right into these spectacular kills in 80 slashers. But the reason why I don't have my little overlay on here is because it's going to cover up part of the video and stuff like that when I start showing the video clips. Okay. So I'll show it for a few seconds and then I'm going to, you know, take it back off there for now. Whoops. We'll click that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to the first one on my list, and I'm going to show you a little clip for the burning, the raft massacre or the raft kill scene, which is, some people say, is the best thing or the only thing that the burning has going for it. I disagree, but this is a fantastic scene. So let me play this little clip for you, complete with music and text, so I won't get in trouble with the YouTube gods. And here we go. Oh, maybe. All right, gang. Now, I would like to think that everybody would think that's a spectacular kill scene in an 80s slasher. That is from The Burning, 1981's The Burning. The special effects were done by none other than Mr. Tom Savini, who we all know that have watched a lot of horror movies, especially 80s slasher films, know that, you know, when splatter was king, so was Tom Savini. So he did all the kills with his assistant Tasso for Friday the 13th, and he never looked back. Although Tom Savini said that he was more interested in making creatures and monsters and stuff like that than becoming the king of splatter. But he certainly done it justice And that certainly was a very good scene to represent Tom Savini at his finest. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one. So the next one is the chainsaw kill, which they are all pretty much chainsaw kills, except for the one woman that the knife goes to the back of her head and out her mouth. But most of the rest of them are chainsaw kills. So, of course, the one I'm talking about that I think is just absolutely spectacular, and the reason why it is so realistic and so cringe inducing, I think, is because they used a pig from a slaughterhouse. So when you see the chainsaw going into what appears to be this girl's torso, it is actually a real pig, not a live pig, thank goodness, but a deceased pig that had been obtained from the slaughterhouse. So let's take a look at the Pieces gory locker room scene. All right, gang, there that was the short but sweet gory locker room scene from Pieces, where the poor girl literally gets cut in half. But keep in mind that is a pig getting cut in half, and that's why I feel like this scene looks a little more realistic, maybe too realistic for some folks. Pieces was directed by Juan Piquer Simon, a Spanish director. And believe it or not, Pieces was a Spanish horror film, but my silly butt didn't know that back when I was a kid. I thought it was an American horror film. I thought, oh, sure, they filmed it in Boston, which is where it was supposed to be, at a college in Boston. So that's Pieces, the gory locker room kill. So the next one is Jason's Death, but not really, by Machete, from Friday the 13th, Part 4, or Friday the 13th, the final chapter. It didn't turn out to be the final chapter, but Tom Savini did return to do the effects. You're going to see a lot of Tom Savini in this reel, folks, or during this live stream, because he was the king of splatter, folks, at that particular time. Although he may not like me saying that, but you know, hey, I gotta say it. So, so we're gonna go ahead and play this clip from Friday the 13th, the final chapter. All right, that was Jason's Death, but again, not really. From Friday the 13th, the final chapter, folks. So the next one is from one of my, I mean, these are all personal favorites of mine. Dakota, you say, Dana, I sent you a little something via PayPal after seeing your video the other night. I hope today is a brighter one. I haven't had a chance to reach out since I sent it. Hope you are well. Oh, well, thank you, Dakota. I'm going to have to check my PayPal. Did you send it the other day? Because I'll need to check my PayPal. I honestly, I haven't even had time to check anything, but thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very, very much. And I'm doing, I wasn't doing so well the day before yesterday or yesterday, but I'm doing better today. And thank you for asking about me. So the next one is another one of my personal favorites, My Bloody Valentine, the shower head plunge, as I like to call it, the death of Sylvia, the character of Sylvia in My Bloody Valentine, which was a Canadian slasher that came out in 1981 and had some spectacular kills in it. But if you watch the uncut version, keep in mind this scene that I'm getting ready to show is from the uncut version of My Bloody Valentine. And it's it's a great one. I'll just show you the clip. I could go on and on about it, but I won't. But let's take a look at this clip. All right. That one was a little bit longer than some of the others. So the next one is from Nightmare, or Nightmare in a Damaged Brain, also from 1981. This one's a gory one in and of itself, folks, but the post foreplay axe kill is probably the most elaborate. Now, it was said that Tom Savini was the special effects supervisor on this film. Now, Tom Savini has denied it for years, so I can neither confirm nor deny. I can just go by what Savini has said, what other people have said. So I will leave it up to you guys and gals to decide if this is Tom Savini's work or not. Several people claim to have done special effects on Nightmare, aka Nightmare in a Damaged Brain, or Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, sorry. So let's take a look at this clip. Be aware, it's extra bloody, folks. Okay, so the next one is a scene from Superstition, which came out in 1982. It has several elaborate kills, but I think the most, I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, the most spectacular kill in it, just because it's so outrageous to me, is the circular saw priest embedding kill from Superstition. And it's short and sweet, so y'all enjoy. And I'm going to bring up this clip here real quickly. So that one was really quick, but like I said, I think it fits the spectacular kill category because it's just so outrageous and kind of unexpected the first time you see the film Superstition. All right, so the next one is The Mutilator. The Mutilator, again, has a lot of spectacular kills in it, but the one people talk about a lot in horror circles, and the one that I think really takes the cake in that movie, is the gaff hook versus vagina kill, or the gaff hook versus Sue kill from The Mutilator. So let's take a look. All right. So, and that one was from 1984, directed by Mr. Buddy Cooper. And, oh gosh, my mind just went blank. The guy that did the special effects for it. Oh my gosh. He's one of the, bigger names. Well, apologies that my brain has not been too good lately, folks, but, it is a spectacularly gory movie, but I thought that out of all the outrageous kills in that was the most outrageous. So I hope y'all enjoyed taking a look at that little clip from The Mutilator from 1984. The next one I have is from Sleepaway Camp, the original Sleepaway Camp from 1983. The curling iron versus vagina scene that is not very elaborate, but you can let your mind do the visualizing in this. And if you do watch it, there are sizzling sounds that let you know, oh, that's where that curling iron went. Or you can simply call this curling iron versus Judy. So let's take a look, folks. All right. So that was the curling iron versus vagina or curling iron versus Judy scene from Sleepaway Camp from 1983 that introduced the world to Angela Baker. And that's all I'm going to say about it in case you have not seen Sleepaway Camp in its entirety. Hey, Hope, you say, thank you for being such a great friend. Oh, well, you're welcome, Hope. I will always be your friend. And I will be anybody else's friend that will allow me to be friends with them as well. So, um, we're down to the final two, and then I'm going to talk about some honorable mention. I've got three honorable mentions, and it was hard to leave them out of my top 10, but hey, you got to leave some of them out, right? But the next one I want to talk about is a scene from The Prowler from 1981. Again, special effects done by the king of splatter at that time, Mr. Tom Savini. This is the machete that goes through the top of the head and out through the chin. And they say it was so forceful that the condoms that they had filled with blood. Actually, if you look close enough during the movie, or during that scene, you can see the condom hanging out too as the knife goes through the fake head. I hope you say I love Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. 1 is still great, though. Yeah, I love them all. You know, I don't like Return to Sleepaway Camp. I don't know what happened with that one. Robert Hiltzik did fantastic with the first one, but Return to Sleepaway Camp. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert Hiltzik. Sorry, Felissa Rose, Jonathan Tiersten, everybody that was from the original Sleepaway Camp that came back for Return to Sleepaway Camp. But ooh, that one was a god awful mess to me. But we're going to take a look at this real quick scene from The Prowler from 1981, and we're going to see the machete evisceration scene. So enjoy, folks. All right, that was The Prowler from 1981, the machete evisceration scene. That was a fun one, wasn't it, folks? All right. So the final one of my top 10 is going to be from the film Intruder from 1989, directed by Scott Spiegel, God rest his soul. He was a buddy of Sam Raimi's and Bruce Campbell's, Rob Tappert, all those guys that made the Evil Dead films and worked on the Evil Dead films. Scott Spiegel, in fact, I know he did work on Evil Dead too. Again, God rest his soul. He is no longer with us. He was a really entertaining guy, and if you get a chance to go back and listen to any commentaries that he was on, or to see any interviews with him, they are well worth it. Intruder also had Sam Raimi in it. It had his brother Ted in it. Bruce Campbell was in it in a short scene. Greg Nicotero shows up doing a cameo role, I think as a bread man or something, because all the action takes place in a grocery store after hours, and the night crew is getting ready to mark everything down so they can sell all the stuff off because the store is closing. Also, Danny Hicks is in this film as well, folks. And Danny Hicks was, of course, in Evil Dead 2. So let's take a look at the intruder meat slicer splitting headache scene and kill scene. And this one's a rough one, folks. So just a little warning before we watch this clip. All right, so I'm going to, I know it's a little late in the game, but I'm going to go ahead and put my top 10, Evil Dead Chicks top 10 overlay on here for the last few minutes. I hope you say, and Return to Sleepaway Camp still fun, not great, but still fun to watch. And maybe, excuse me, maybe I need to give it another try, because like I always say, there's no reason why I couldn't go, wait a while and go back and watch it again. So let's get to these honorable mentions. I'm sorry I don't have any clips for these because I had already rescheduled this thing twice. And I was like, okay, I got to go ahead and do this, or people are, nobody's going to show up for this. So I have 3 honorable mentions that didn't make the cut for the top 10, but they are worth talking about. One is the edge of the axe kill at the car wash, folks. That is one of the most fantastic openings I've ever seen to a slasher film in my entire life, and I kid you not. Some people say that the film is not that good overall, but I think it's worth a watch just for that opening scene where a woman gets killed by an axe as she's going through a car wash. It's something I've never seen before or since. All right. So the second one is from Bloody Moon, the Stone Mill Decapitation of Inga. So if you have not seen Bloody Moon, the head looks fake when it comes off, but it's still an outrageously fun scene for horror fans, I think. And the third one is the Happy Birthday to Me, what I call shish kebab kiss, where the killer plunges a shish kebab into a guy's mouth and shoves it pretty far in there, and you see the after effects of all of that. So if you've not seen Happy Birthday to Me, that's a great slasher film as well. That one is Canadian, I believe, and it does have Melissa Sue Anderson. Yes, that Melissa Sue Anderson from Little House on the Prairie, who played Mary. And she was this was one of her breakout roles, folks, so she wanted to be in a slasher film. So I guess that is it for me for tonight. I want to thank Hope and Dakota for being in the chat tonight and keeping me company in the chat. For those of you that weren't able to, didn't feel comfortable getting in the chat, or you were watching on a device where you were unable to chat at the same time, like for instance a smart television, I want to thank you for watching as well. And for those of you that either couldn't stay for the duration or weren't able to join me live at all, but will watch this on the replay, I want to thank you guys and gals as well. And I hope you liked the addition of the clips added to this edition of Evil Dead Chicks Top 10, talking about spectacular kills in 80 slashers. And as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off up here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday night, folks. And I'm going to end this one with a complete reel of all the clips that we watched put together with music. I didn't have time to add extra titles to it and stuff, but it is a complete reel of the kills that you've just seen as I was talking about them. But enjoy the reel, and I'll see everybody next time.